This is Susan from susansjewelsofthesea.com, and I wanted to invite you to take a few minutes with me to learn about drilling your sea glass. The first thing that is of most importance is to protect your eyes. For this, I have my safety goggles. As you can see, I have my Dremel tool in hand. There are diamond drill bits that I use, and I'll show you the technique in water. A 1 millimeter makes the smallest hole, 2 millimeters, and then 3 millimeters, which I haven't used yet, but would make a larger hole. The technique that is recommended for drilling sea glass is to submerge the sea glass in water. I have a small plastic container filled with water, and then I have a board that is under the water and not filled up quite all the way. In turning the Dremel tool on, I have it about 15. You can have it lower or higher. I find I can control it easier that way. And let's see if I get this positioned well. And then here's my switch. I turn it on. I still in it at an angle first. I'm trying to drill in the center of the drill of the piece of sea glass. And once I have that started, then I straighten it out. One thing that I've learned is very light pressure is needed, because if you press too hard, it's very easy to break the piece of sea glass. You can see the sea glass is immersed in the water. As it gets near the drilling, I do tend to stabilize it with my fingers, as sometimes it can come spinning and it does crack, as well as if the diamond tip slips, it can also scratch your sea glass. These pieces of sea glass that I'm drilling holes in are fairly small, and I'm choosing to drill the holes in the center. You can see that the drill has completely penetrated the sea glass, and there still is a coarse texture on the drill bit, so it is good for continued use. When drilling sea glass, it is important to replace your drill bit periodically, as the drill bits can become worn and ineffective and more likely to break your sea glass. The drill bits that you can see here at the top have been worn down to a point and a nub and are no longer useful for drilling sea glass, as opposed to these newer drill bits below that show full length of the drill bit as well as texture from the diamond surfacing. Over here you can see my pieces of drilled sea glass, and I allow plenty of time to drill the sea glass, because as soon as I rush the process, it is likely that I'll end up with a piece of cracked glass no longer able to be used. I hope you enjoyed this short video and would appreciate any comments or feedback that you have for me. Again, Susan at susansjewelsofthesea.com. Thank you for joining me.